Hi everybody, this is Jeff from Jeff's Gardening Tips. This is like January 22nd or 23rd. You can see that looks like a fake flowering tree, but it's not, it's real. That we got growing in the window there, and I still got some stuff growing in there from before this summer. What I've done was I've put these two trays in right here. This one to the left, I did like last Thursday. This one I just did tonight. Like I said, you got a little trusty Duncy pen or pencil, whatever you have here. You make like 2 holes in each little box you have there, and you drop the seeds inside whatever you're growing. And then you just cover them back with the soil and tamp it down firmly, but not over firm. And then you take a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of water to each little square, and let that get down in water. That's as much as you really want to water them at this present time. And I just did these tonight, and I'd have to look at my covers, but I did these tonight, just seeded them just now, put the seeds in, and then I watered them and tamped down the dirt, put the water in them, so they're ready to go. So now it's just a matter of time for waiting for the growing season, because this cold weather stuff that I got in here now, which is lettuce, broccoli, carrots. Hold on one second. I can tell you for sure because I got it written on my box. Yeah, there's carrots, lettuce, the green type, broccoli, peas, garden beans, and red lettuce, some of which I already have grown out in the shed, but since I don't know the final effect, I don't have to see over the time. The second tray is spinach, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, lettuce. All of those are great cold weather growing vegetables, but inside, even in this condition, it'll take the better part of, this one's already been in like 4 or 5 days, probably 2 weeks from now, we can have 2 weeks from now, start to see stuff to come up out of there, and it'll probably be 4 weeks before you start seeing a little bit of really growth and everything, and then I have to separate them all and see which one's the best one I'm going to keep, because you put a couple extra seeds in each ones, and you got to see which one's growing the best, get rid of the others of what you're growing. And then with these, like if I was to put like summertime vegetables in here, they get huge real quick in warm weather, and in these pans, and then they start strangling each other, and then it's a million things to transplant. And these here I can let grow, and I should be able to get through March with these before, and keep them thinned out to where I can win it with March, and then plant these right in the ground because they're cold weather. I can do them like 2-3 weeks before the last freeze. That's how good they are at being able to handle it. So that's like third week in April, third week in April, fourth week in April is my last. Between that and the second week's our last frost freeze date around here. I think second week of May, Mother's Day. So going through that way, because these are good 6 to 8 weeks to grow inside. Then I can transplant them to a little bigger pots, put them on the porch, get them more conditioned, get them inside, outside, everything like that. So by, I would say mid-March, I'll be moving them in and out, and then by mid-April, depending on the forecast and the way things are going, I'll be starting to put these into my pots and the buckets and into the ground and ready to go. Right now, the big thing is moisture content of these things and the seeding early phase. So what you have to watch for is I don't have to adjust these because on a video I'm trying to do things at the same time. It's kind of tough, but that's it. Those covers on top, which I'll have to adjust for these bigger ones. What's on there now? So they're all watered up. And then what you want is you want this to become like a greenhouse to these things. So that's what they become, is this lid I took off because it was already on here. And fix up the line so it don't spill anything. So what it does is it becomes, it becomes a greenhouse for the vegetables that grow in the moisture. So like I said, about 2 weeks from now, these will be starting to come up. I'll give you a picture of them, maybe 3 weeks a month with pen. When we start to seed them up and I start individualizing, I'll let you see what's going on with them, and then we'll move them to transplants, and then we'll just keep moving on through the season. And when we get towards warmer weather, I'll start beans and a few things I can, and then the bigger stuff will start right in the pots mostly. because once that warm weather hits, they'll just explode. There was something else. Oh, I wanted to show you these growing lights. As you can see, this one is a growing light, which right now, believe it or not, with all those colors on it, is white. You turn everything on and off, and depending on what you're growing or trying to grow or putting down at a time of the year, I normally don't run this with the cover on. I'm just kind of showing you this right now with the light on, what you can do, and it kind of, you can see I can go blue like that, then I can go orange, then I can go white. I kind of like that in the cooler weather because it seems to put more of a hit down in that dirt. So I run these at night. What you really want in this kind of weather, especially when the seeds germinate and they start to grow and they start to come up out of soil, that's when you definitely need to light every day and every night. So I sit them in the windowsill, try to get them from getting too straggly and growing towards the window, which will happen. And then eventually I'll switch the tray around. When they get to be a certain size and I have them under this light, then I'll just move it to a different part of the room and use just a grow light on them. But a grow light likes a minimum of 12 to 16 hours a day on these things. So it's not that much to run it. It's just a little light or whatever, but it's really good and it's been pretty successful. All right, I'll get back to you in a few weeks once we start growing out here and things start going a little different. Me and my gardening pal right there, who was, I just cleaned up her mess in the living room. She had it, everything chewed up everywhere, but that's what she does. She chews up this and digs up my garden. So we'll talk to you a couple weeks from now. And I appreciate you all paying attention, going out to YouTube, to Jeff's Gardening Tips for Beginners, and also going out to Instagram, which is for same thing, Jeff's Gardening Tips for Beginners. And like I said, the more hits I get, the more likes I get. I'm not asking for them. If you like them, do it. What I'm saying is, the more I get, the more the cost stays preventative to try to help and do the things I'm doing. All right, I hope you all have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.